Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 10 of Art with Mr. Borja. I am Mr. Borja. I just want to say a huge thank you to all the artists who have sent in their artwork from previous episodes. I think it's really cool to see all the creative ideas that come out of your artwork, and it truly inspires me to be a better artist. I want to go ahead and share some of those artworks with you, and I hope you like them. Let's check it out. Alrighty, friends. If you would like your artwork showcased on next week's episode of Art with Mr. Borja, you can send it on over to happydrawing123@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Art with Mr. Borja, and you could tag your artwork with the hashtag Art with Mr. Borja. Alrighty, friends. I'm going to go ahead and continue the artwork that I was doing prior to the long break I took, and I'm going to show you all how to draw a slice of pizza. Let's get started. All right, friends, we're going to go ahead and go over our art rules before we start. Rule number 1 is to respect each other and materials. Remember, art is for everybody, no matter who you are or where you come from. You are an artist and you can create awesome works of art. If there's anybody else around you that would like to join in on art, go ahead and ask them. I'm sure they would love to. Art rule number 2 is come prepared to work. I think these art lessons, they are pretty long sometimes, and that's okay. If you need to take a break, please take a break. As soon as you're done with your break, though, please remember to come on back. Art rule number 3 is to be creative and use your imagination. There is no right or wrong answer when it comes to art. I'm sure any artwork that you create, I will love. And last but not least, art rule number 4 is to clean up all materials. It is your responsibility to clean up all materials once you are done using them. Please help out your grown-ups at home and do not leave any art supplies lying around, because that's how you lose them and then you can't do art anymore. Alrighty, friends, let's go ahead and get started. So for this episode, we're going to go ahead and draw a pizza slice. Let's see. And it uses some pretty simple lines and shapes. I am going to show you how to draw it carefully though, okay? And I'm going to draw it using almost a whole sheet of paper because I want to add as much detail as I can to the pizza slice. So the first line I'm going to use is a straight diagonal line, and it's going to go from about this side all the way up. You're not going to go all the way across to the corner over here. You're just going to go a little bit kind of like up to this side right here. Okay, so it's going to go from here and it's going to stop like right there. And if it's not a perfectly straight line, that is okay. I'm going to try my hardest to do one, but if it doesn't come out, that's all right. Let's see, start from here and go up to about right there and then stop. And you see how it isn't a perfectly straight line. It kind of goes up and goes down a little bit. That's okay, it's not a big deal. The next line that you're going to use is a curved line for the crust on this side. It's going to start from here and it's going to go up a little bit, but then it's going to come down. And you're going to pretend as if this line is continuing all the way up here, because that's where your curved line is going to stop. Show you what that means right now. Curved line and stop. So that's part of the crust right there. Then I'm going to draw another curved line that's going to go from here, this point. It's going to come down a little bit like that in a curve. I'm going to show you what that means right now. And again, if it's not a nice straight line or if it's not a nice curved line, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Go from there, come down a little bit, and stop about right there. You want to have some room right here because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the cheese a little bit later. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw the rest of the crust. I'm going to draw another curved line, and it's going to be a parallel curved line to this curved line. And remember, folks, the word parallel means that these lines are never going to touch, so you're not going to connect these lines. So it's going to go from here, it's going to go down a little bit like that, and stop right there. So you have two parallel lines, or two parallel curved lines, and another curved line up on top. And you're going to draw another curved line like this, but over here, like that. Then you're going to draw another curved line going the opposite way, but connecting the two sides together, like that. So we see here how we have what looks like a pizza already, kind of. All we need to do is add the other part of this pizza slice, and we're almost done. So for the cheese part, you're going to want to pretend that there is a straight line connecting this point all the way across to this side. You're not going to draw it though, you're only going to pretend, because you're going to follow along with some wavy lines as the cheese that's dripping down from the side of the pizza. And I'm going to draw that like this. There is no right or wrong way to draw the cheesy wavy line on this side, because your pizza is not going to look the same as my pizza slice. So just bring it down a little bit and come back up. And if you want to do another longer one, you can. I'm just going to follow that along like this. And some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. Again, there is no right or wrong way for drawing wavy, cheesy, curved lines. Some, they don't have to go all the way down if they don't want to. But I like the pizza slice to be very, very cheesy. And it's okay to exaggerate the cheesiness of your pizza slice. Like that. So you see how there's like an imaginary line going from this side all the way across here. So we're almost done with our pizza slice. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the rest of the pizza, or like the bottom part of the pizza. So there's gonna be a line underneath all the wavy, cheesy lines right there, okay? It's gonna go all the way over here. And I'm gonna connect it to this part, not up here, because all of this part right here is part of the crust. It's part of the pie. So I'm just gonna be very careful. And I'm just gonna draw a line coming from this side all the way across like that. And it's okay if it's not a perfectly straight line. It's not a big deal. You see how I'm not drawing over the cheese? Because the cheese is on top of that part of the crust. So I'm gonna continue to draw somewhat a straight line, or the straightest line that I can draw. It's connected like that. So again, you gotta go ahead and take your time with this part, because you don't wanna draw over the cheesy lines, because the cheese is on top. Once you've drawn that line, you pretty much have the outline of your pizza slice. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it up to you to add whatever toppings you want to add on your pizza. Now, I like to go with a couple of slices of pepperoni on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a bunch of little circles, or different size circles, all over the pizza, because I like it with pepperoni. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start over here. You don't have to add these if you don't want to. If you want to add some other toppings to your pizza slice, go for it. This is part of a circle. It's not the whole circle, because there's nothing over here on this side of the pizza. I'm just going to pretend that the circle can go on this side as well. Then I'm going to put one over here like this. And I want to draw them pretty large, because I want to be able to color them in with a different color than I do the cheese. This is a little part of the circle. Another one can go over here like this. And over here like this. Over here. You don't have to keep them this separated apart if you're drawing the pepperonis. If you want to draw them closer together, you can. And you see how they're like different shapes and sizes too? It's no big deal. Draw whatever toppings you wish you had on your pizza. Okay, one small one over here, Another one over here like this. I think I'm good with the pepperonis because I also like adding green peppers to my slices of pepperoni pizza. So I'm just gonna draw like a curved rectangle shape like that. And I'm just gonna draw those all over the pizza. Again, if you don't want these on your pizza, you do not have to draw them. If you want to draw something else on your pizza, go for it. If yours is like a cotton candy pizza and you put cotton candy, go for it. There is no right or wrong answer when it comes to your art or your pizza. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. I am careful to leave some room in between the toppings because I'm going to color the cheese in one color, and then I'm going to color in the green peppers green, and then the pepperonis, I'm going to color them in red. So I'm really careful to not get them so close together because then the artwork just looks a little bit jumbled up. But you do what you feel is right. I think I might be done with my slice of pizza. Alrighty friends, I'm gonna go ahead and use these markers. If you have some, great, you can use those. If you don't have these and you have crayons or color pencils, that is fine too. You can use what you have at home. Hang on to the box because you don't want to lose the container where you kept the markers. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start coloring in the green peppers on my pizza slice. If you have them, great. If you don't, that's fine. You could color something else at the beginning because it only took us a little while to draw out our outline. I'm gonna use something that's gonna take a long time to color it in. You guessed it, the pointillism technique. And if this is something you wanna do, go for it. If you wanna use a different technique to color in your artwork, like the parallel lines, you could do that as well. If you want to color them in a solid color, go for it. There is no right or wrong answer when it comes to coloring your artwork. It's your artwork, you're in charge of it. You decide what you want to do. Wanted to share a couple of fun facts for you about pizza. The first one I stumbled upon while I was doing some research was that Americans eat approximately or almost 100 acres of pizza each day. Now, that's almost the same as 350 slices per second. We really like our pizza here in the United States. That's a lot of pizza. That's like saying you ate 350 slices right now, and now, and now, and now, and now. And it just keeps going up. It's an interesting fun fact about pizza. I'm liking the way the pointillism technique is coming out. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. I hope school has been treating you well. Hope you've gotten a chance to help out some of your grown-ups at home with some of the chores to do around the house, like washing dishes, sweeping the floor, cleaning rooms, taking out the trash, all that good stuff. Like I always say, it's good to help out our grown-ups. They do a lot for us. If you come up with something super creative and you want to share it with me, just send it on over to happydrawing123@gmail.com. I'd be happy to showcase your beautiful artwork on next week's episode. Let's see. I want to color in the pepperonis now. I'm going to use the red. All right, and I'm going to use the same technique. I just really like the way it looks. It takes a long time to do this technique, but I got time. I like coloring and doing art. Calms me down when I'm feeling a little bit anxious or nervous. And if you're using the pointillism technique and you want to go a little bit darker on your red, you just have to add a little bit more red dots and it goes a little bit darker. If you want it to look a little lighter, just separate the dots out a little bit more like this, and it looks a whole lot lighter than this one. But it's totally up to you. Not a big deal if you choose a different color for your pepperonis. If you want to color your pepperonis and you drew them, if you want to color them purple, go for it. It'd be cool to see a rainbow colored pizza slice. I've never had one of those. It was really cool to have my good friend Mr. Riley on last week's episode. I think it's really cool to have other teachers on this channel, because I want you to know that even though I am a teacher, I don't know everything. So it's pretty cool to see friends just hop on and share their wisdom with us. If you still have some questions that you wanted to ask Mr. Riley, you can send those over to happydrawing123@gmail.com, and I will be sure to get all those questions over to Riley. Well, I guess I got some more fun facts to share with you while I continue to color. So, our second fun fact of the episode about pizza is that October has been celebrated as National Pizza Month since 1987. I did not know that. It's pretty cool because October is also Halloween if you celebrate Halloween. The month of Halloween, all that good stuff is happening, and it's also National Pizza Month. I think that's really cool. And if you do not like pizza, that's okay. However you like your pizza, if you do at all, or if you do not, that's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm still glad that you're here with us doing art. Now, if you drew something other than pizza and you want to showcase it on next week's episode, I'm okay with that too. If you drew like a burrito or some tacos or some soup, some ramen, a chimichanga, I don't know. If you drew anything else and you want it showcased, just send it on over. I'd be happy to see your artwork and share it with the rest of the subscribers that I have here. Like I said, folks, the pointillism technique, as cool as it looks, it takes a very long time. So if you're doing this and you feel like you need a break, you can go ahead and pause the video and take a little break, a breather, go do what you need to do. I'll be right here when you get back. I have a lot of room over here and over here, and I almost want to turn this artwork into a logo. Let's see. Make it look like a sign or something, or like a pizza shop or a pizzeria. I'm not sure what I'll call it yet. Or I could draw some other things over here too. I don't really know. Again, I want to shout out all the artists that have sent in their artwork. It's really cool to see all the creative ideas that you come up with on your own. And quite frankly, it inspires me to come up with such creative ideas as well. So I want to say thank you. While I'm continuing to color the crust, I'm going to go ahead and share another fun fact with you about pizza. And this is probably one of my favorite facts about it because I love this kind of pizza too. So the fun fact is that thin crust is the most popular form of crust in the world. Not just here in the United States, but in all of the world. Which is pretty cool. And the reason I like eating the thin crust pizza is because I'm able to eat more slices of thin crust than I am the regular slices of the regular crust. I just really, really like pizza, so I ate a lot of it. I wanted to share that after this week's episode, I'm going to have 2 more episodes, episode number 11 and episode number 12. After that, I am going to end up taking another little break, but that's okay. Do not worry. I will continue to do art lessons after the short break that comes after the 12th episode. Season 3 will start up after the 12th episode. I'm just going to continue to do a lot of seasons until I can't do art anymore. As long as you keep watching, I'll keep drawing. I'm not sure what I'm going to draw in season 3. Could draw something like transportation vehicles, like trains, cars, airplanes, or jets. Or jet skis is what I was thinking of. Submarines. Skateboards. Motorcycles, cars, bikes, unicycles maybe? I'm not sure yet. Haven't really thought of that. Still have 2 more episodes after this one for season 2. I'm almost done with the crust. I think it's really cool to see that the rover named Perseverance landed on Thursday of last week. There are some clips of the actual thing happening online. And it's awesome to know that somewhere up in Mars, there's a little robot, or there's a big robot exploring and gathering information about the Martian planet. It's exciting news. I watched it live. It was cool to see the reaction of all the scientists and engineers that have worked on that rover for years and years. It was really cool to see them excited about the landing. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. When I return, you will see that I have colored this part in and the rest of the crust in the bottom of the slice of pizza. So I'll see you in a second, okay? Alrighty, friends, as you can tell, I have already colored the rest of the crust that's underneath the cheese, and I even added a little layer right in between the cheese and the last part of the crust. It's in red because that's some of the pizza sauce that's underneath the cheese. Now, for the cheese, I know that I want to use 2 colors, and it's going to be orange and yellow. I'm going to use the yellow marker first because if I use the orange one first, what happens is if I put this one on top of orange, this is going to turn a little bit orange. I don't want that to happen to my yellow marker. So if you want to color in your cheese a different color, that is fine with me. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. But I'm going to use the same pointillism technique, okay? If you want to use a different technique, go for it. If you want to use the same one, just know it's going to take a very long time, but that's okay if you want the challenge. It's cool to challenge yourself with things that are a little bit hard sometimes. It's how we grow our brain. And again, I'm being very careful so that I don't get the yellow marker on any of the black lines, because if I do that, some of the black marker or some of the black ink is going to end up going onto my yellow marker. Then it's not going to look as yellow as I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. Again, I want you to use this time for art as a time to like relax, chill out, draw some lines, or lots of little lines and lots of little dots, lots of shapes that all together create some art. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to share some more fun facts about pizza that I learned. I think I have one more here. So the last fun fact I want to share is that Saturday is the most popular night for eating pizza. So I don't know what you're doing this Saturday, but I might be getting me some slices of pizza. If you have any good recommendations of great pizza restaurants here in San Diego, you can go ahead and send those over to happydrawing123@gmail.com as well. I've gone to several of them here in San Diego, but always looking for new and delicious restaurants that have pizza. I am always up for having pizza for dinner. Or pizza for breakfast too. Pizza for lunch. Alrighty friends, as you can see, I have finished coloring the cheese on the pizza slice. I used the pointillism technique all throughout the pizza slice. I don't know if you could see that. I still don't know if I'm gonna use the orange on the cheese part of the pizza slice, but that's okay. I will figure that out in a little bit. What I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this pizza slice into a logo. That means it's a sign of like a pizza shop or something like that. Now, I do not own a pizza shop. If I did own one, I would want it to be called Borja Pizza Company. So I'm going to go ahead and write the last name right here, and I'm going to go ahead. I tested it out on this scrap sheet of paper. I'm going to draw a big old letter B, and then a shorter O, shorter R, shorter J, and shorter A right here. I'm just doing it because I want to use up some of this empty space right here around the pizza. If you want to draw other slices of pizza, that's fine. If you want to draw something else around the pizza, go for it. It is your artwork. You do what you please with it. Let's go ahead and have it stop right over here. So I'm going to do the letter B like right there. And I'm going to, if you're drawing your last name, take your time with it. B. And I'm not going to have it go all the way to the pizza. It's going to go like this. I need an O for the second letter of my last name. It's going to go down to here. And then come up. B, O. Letter R. And I'm not going to go all the way down to the pizza. The J. Like that. And an A. Like that. Borja. Then I'm going to write the word pizza over here. And the same kind of letters. Except it's going to go like this. Pizza. Then I'm going to write co right here. And then EST and a period for established. And then I'm going to put the year I was born right here so that I'm utilizing all of the paper. Borja pizza. Letter P. Right here, like that. P. I want to make sure that all of the letters fit. P. I. I'm taking my time with it, folks. P. Two Z's. Uh-oh, running out of space here. That's okay. P. So. Co. Again, folks, excuse the noise. I am in the garage here. Let's see, C. And then O. Co is short for company. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little period right there. And then the letters E, S, and T. So again, this is something you can do if you want to. You don't have to. E. S. T. Establish. I'm going to put the year that I was born. Again, this isn't a real pizza company, but that's okay because I'm using my imagination. I'm going to put 1990, and I'm going to use this whole thing right here. So I'm going to put the 0 over here. The number 9 right here, like this. Another number 9, like this. And a 1, like that. So that is if I were to open up a pizza company or a pizza shop. I think I would want it to be named Borja Pizza Company, and it was established in 1990. Again, this isn't a real pizza company, but I can dream. All right, folks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like that. I think what I could do is I could go ahead and initial my artwork over here. because I am all done with it. RB for Ricardo Borja. All right, folks. I have one last thing I want to share with you that I stumbled upon when I was doing research for this episode, and it's about pizza. It's not a fun fact. It is an opinion that I have. The opinion that I have is I absolutely love, and I think it's the greatest thing in the world, to have pineapple on your pizza. If you don't agree, that's okay. That is just my opinion. That is not a fact, but I want to say it almost is a fact to me because I really, really do like it. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to go and write about our artwork. And you can go ahead and flip it on over to this side. And what I want you to do is I want you to write what you would name your pizza company if you created one. Or if you want to share what your favorite toppings of pizza are, you can go ahead and write about it here, and you can send that over to me as well. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we don't forget our very important rule of clean up all materials. So please do so right now. Again, if you used markers, go ahead and double check to see that all the tops are on them very, very carefully so that they don't dry out. Nobody likes dried out markers. Go ahead and organize your materials, folks. Put away all my markers, all my scratch sheets of paper. Put those over here in the back. This. Alrighty, friends, that about wraps up all the time that we have for today. If you would like your artwork showcased on next week's episode, send it on over to happydrawing123@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and tag your artwork with the hashtag #ArtWithMrBorja. If you liked the video, go ahead and be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody else that you think would like to do art. If you have not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and that way you will know when next week's episode comes on. I want to say thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Happy drawing.